let's get things started. So let's go ahead and make our bow first. So I'm going to move a couple of our florals. Oh, so pumpkin ribbon. I forgot to tell you everything. This is a 50 yard. You're not going to need that much, but I really wanted this beautiful print because it's got the sunflowers and the sunflower. I'm going to use this big sunflower. You're going to need a little greenery. I'm going to use a larger sunflower spray here to kind of, I'll show you why in a minute. I'll show you why. Hi, Kim. Hey, Cynthia. Oh, good to see you, Sydney. Hey, Mary Beth. Hi, Tracy. Then I've got a couple of these poppy picks, and I picked these because they literally match the green on this pumpkin perfectly. Woo! It's exciting. We're going to put these all together. All right. So let's start off with our bow, and let's make that. You're going to need to keep your pumpkin around while you're making your bow because we need to know the length. Aw, Cynthia, we're glad you're here. Hey, Carol. Hi, Pam. Hey, Sue. Patricia, you're going to open 3 boxes of floral greenery? Yes. Patricia, what if they're kits and you can go back and watch the videos? And you will have something nobody even has anymore, Patricia. You'll sell it so quick. Yes, we got home safely with the dog, guys. I'm going to do another video with Nori and Ari. Of course, Ari is, y'all, she's a diva, so this is hard. But she does love her already. How's it going, Nelda? Good to see you. So first thing I want to do is see how long I want my tails to be. I want them to go the length of this pumpkin. So I'm going to measure that. So if the bow's up here and I want them to go down there, let me tell you the length. So that is 16, 17, it's about 18 inches. So now I know I can put this guy aside for a second. He's a standing pumpkin. But listen, everything we're going to do today could be made on a hanging pumpkin. No problem. You don't have to have a stander. Super easy. And if you wanted to make this more Halloween themed, no worries. Just change your florals a little bit. Change your greenery. And you got it. You know? Okay, I'm putting this one in here. And let's take and twist it. Now, my first loop is going to be at 6 inches. I don't need it really big. This is going to be a really super simple bow. These projects you don't want to spend a ton of time on because these are just kind of like either for yourself or shop fillers. And we want to keep the cost down in them because we already have the cost of the pumpkin. They're getting along good. Oh, okay, how cool, Patricia. Thanks, Vince. I'll be sharing more of our new baby soon. I will be. I sure will be. Y'all get some more lovey-dovey pictures of her. So I'm going to cut these each at an angle on both sides. Cynthia, I leave my pumpkins out until I decorate for Halloween. Yeah. So I would leave it out. You could even, I mix fall and Halloween together, and then you could just leave the fall up after. So this is a simple 2-loop bow. We're going to add 1 more loop to the center. And we're going to pop that in. You're welcome, Kit. Yeah, these are great little projects. And they're nice to fill in, especially if you do craft shows, guys, and you're getting close to your craft show date. And yes, you need to whip out some more wreaths, and you will be, but in the meantime, you can fill up your booth really quickly with stuff like this where you add bows and things to it. Super simple. You're certainly welcome. All right, let's put that in there at 5 inches, and I'm going to scrunch that down. So, guys, it's a 3-loop bow. It's a 2-1. 2-1's our recipe. And I'm going to cut these at opposite angles to each other. So you can see it's super simple bow, 1 color ribbon. Ready to rock and roll on that. Let's go ahead and take that off. And I think I'm out of cable ties, which is not going to make me happy. But I'll use a pipe cleaner down the middle. Sometimes you don't have what you need. And that won't get near as tight, so it'll bum me out, but it's okay. We can still use that. So I'm holding pressure and I'm fluffing it out. Spreading those loops out. And I need lots of dimension. I cannot have that flat. Pull this tight. Good morning, Mary. Hey, Kim. Hi, Pen. Penny, I'm sorry. Hey, Darla. I mixed Penny and Darla and came out with Pen. Look how cute. Super simple bow. And I love that little pop of black plaid in there. That really adds some texture, you guys. Okay. Now, I'm not even going to worry about the center because we'll have that covered with greenery. You won't even see it. let's bring our pumpkin back and let's get started on our base. I'm just going to put this off to the side. Thank you, Vicki. Jeannie, is this a kit? So no, it will have a supply list. So if you're on our text list, you're going to get the supply list just in a little bit. As soon as we get done, I think we'll have it ready. Rather than, we sometimes send them out the day after, but I think we can probably send this one today for you. All right, next thing we need to do is a little bit of floral foam. So I like to use floral foam to just make it real easy to attach. You get these in big sheets at your craft store, and basically you can utilize every little inch of it. So don't ever throw little pieces away. You will use every little piece for something. So basically I'm going to just cut, I got to score a line first, then I'll cut it. Oh, Kim, yeah, I will mix Christmas and fall once we get past Halloween, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and if that's all you have ready, just go put it in now. But in general, people aren't going to set up for Christmas. Some people are early November, but most people are going to start doing it after Thanksgiving. Remember, all of us who are in this industry, if you're a maker and a seller, we're like in this deep, but your average customer isn't. You know, they just enjoy decorating when the season gets here. So don't feel like you need to be way super ahead at all times. All right, here's like a nice little chunk. It's probably about 4 by 2 or something like that. It's nice and thick, though. We don't want it too thin or it can crack on you. Right? Exactly, Mary. Hi, Carrie. Oh, you guys, if you're not on our text list, it's textclee.com. You can grab a spot on it there. You can always unsubscribe if you're tired of getting our texts, but that is where we communicate with you. We have more control over that than we do anything here on any of our social media. So if you don't want to miss anything we're doing, that's where you want to see our notices. Okay, I just dipped this in glue. If you wanted to use a hot glue gun, you could just do that up here. This pumpkin from Hobby Lobby, I kind of like this. It's heavier wood, so we're not going to have to worry about it falling over. So pay attention to that because we're going to add some weight to the front of this design, okay? All right, that's good to go. Now, let's get our florals and start working with them. I'm going to push this down a little bit so you guys can see the top really good. Okay, the first thing I want to do is add a bit of greenery. So I'm going to grab my greenery bush, which is just a nice little fall bush. It's got fall and green. It's a pretty combo, and once again, these colors match this pumpkin perfectly. So I'm going to push these up to kind of get them a little shorter. I don't need them super long. And then we'll just start cutting those off. Shanna, how do you attach a velvet pumpkin to a grapevine? So for a velvet pumpkin, you've got to use a cable tie, and you've got to punch a little hole through to hold it. Yeah, it takes a little more time to attach them, but you certainly can. And the velvet pumpkins work great in centerpieces because you can just glue them. Yeah, if it's velvet and it's got like batting inside, you won't be able to use the skewer, okay? You're gonna have to attach it a different way. Alrighty, here we go. I'm going to start with greenery. Y'all, my glue pot is off camera. Those of you in design school know the glue pot saga. Dun, dun, dun. So anyway, I have a smaller glue pot right now. It's always crazy, y'all. Debbie, me too. Well, Cynthia, I'm glad you enjoy our text. I love that. Love to hear that. You know, and I'm on several different creators' text lists also. And sometimes if I'm busy, I just go back and look at the text later. I'm like, oh, I'll go check out that later if I'm busy right at that moment. So never feel like you have to stop everything you're doing. But we try to give you links in our text so you don't have to rush around and find us. And remember, if you're new in design school, you need to join that Facebook group because in there we have a lot of different benefits for you. And in design school, we're going to send you texts with all the links directly where to go in the Facebook group. So make sure, those of you who are new to our class, you're in the Facebook group. So if you don't know how to get there, all you do is search for the group, Clee's Design School, and then you ask to join, and we'll just check that you are a member, and then we will approve you and let you in. If you still are confused, you can email our team at info@clees.com and we'll help you get in there. So I'm kind of creating a shape, guys, with the greenery, if you can tell, like I got a little bit flow there. I've got a little bit up here. And that's just a start. We'll use these other pieces to fill in as we get going. Sheila, go play. Have so much fun. Beverly, we made it back, y'all. Oh my gosh. It was quite the trip. I'm going to tell y'all all about it when I hang out with y'all later live with those two. Right now I've grabbed the longer spray. You see it's really long, and I'm going to bend it here and cut it into two pieces. So I have one that has the main pumpkin and then one that has like the nice length spray. So you can do that anytime. And if you get like a rogue berry, a lot of times I just cut those out, or I use a Sharpie to cover them up. Right? Cam, you love the links? Yes. Oh, and what I was going to tell you also, if you're in design school and you miss any live videos, you can also go into your portal and see the replays of the live videos. That's something new we added to our class. And that way you can find any content we do on any platform at your fingertips in class. So it's really made it easy. Oh, yes, when you guys sign up for the design school group, all the new students, make sure you put your email that you purchased the class with so we can get that corrected. So I use that longer PC to come down my pumpkin. That's really, really important. Now I'm going to pop in my bow next. So I'm going to take my little bow, and we're going to need to attach a floral pin to it. I'm going to grab one of those over here. And we're going to, I think we can probably just go through the middle. Let me see if I can get it through the middle. I can. And then I'll come back over that with these pipe cleaners to hide it. So you won't see the metal pin quite as much. I'm going to have floral around it, so it won't be a big deal, but I'm trying to camo it ever so slightly. I like to try to make my pieces where the mechanics are camouflaged and not so easily seen. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on my pin, and we'll put that in. Yes, you guys, we're going to have the whole supply list, even the link to the pumpkin at Hobby Lobby. We'll have all that for you just a little bit. So you can make your own exactly like this. Okay, I'm going to put the bow on. I like it kind of catty corner a little bit, not straight. And the reason I wanted to go ahead and get this in is I want to get some of these ribbons underneath. Look how stinking cute already. I love to teach all this stuff. This is so fun. Now pull the metal leaf out because we want to have that showing. Let me go in front of the metal leaf. There we go. And I like the metal leaves in here because I think it adds quite a bit of texture. And I don't mind the raffia as well. And if you want the raffia more to the front, add it to the front of your bow. You don't have to buy extra raffia. Take the raffia off the pumpkin and add it in. Now I'm going to curl this. I love Simple Saturdays because I think they're just quick wins for you guys. And sometimes you may not be in the mood to make, the whole big wreath this week, but you want to try something simple that you can knock out really quickly. I love this part. All right, Mr. Pumpkin's in. Let me move the camera just slightly so you can see a little bit more what I'm doing. Now we're going to take that second sunflower, and we're going to, I'm going to tear this off so I can use the smaller pieces. That's one of the advantages of using that foam on there. I've got the foam where I can push in smaller pieces. So when you tear that, if you'll look, that's all, it's called hand wrapped. It was all hand wrapped in there, but there's all these wire bits that I just trimmed neatly, and now these all have strong wire stems that we can use to place this in our foam. Thank you, Laura. I'm so glad you enjoy it. We're so blessed you're here with us. This is one of my favorite things in here. Is this little micro berry. Oh, it's so good. So we're going to use that in a second, but let's start off with a little bit of that greenery we have put aside. And we're going to work in around here. So let me pop a little glue on it. You guys, I don't use a glue gun, I use a glue skillet. You can go watch any of our videos. Usually you can see it on camera, but today I've got it plugged in behind me. You're loving it, Jeannie? Fantastic. You guys, our design school course just closed, but it will open up again in the spring. So we do start a wait list for that immediately. So if you're not already in our class, you can get on the wait list at KhalesDesignSchool.com and come join us in the spring. We will be creating all that stuff. Right now we're focusing with our students on Christmas and fall And then at the beginning of the year, we'll be shooting right into our best-selling Valentine's and spring projects. It's been just so much fun. Cindy, you're loving it? I love that too. So I added a couple more greenery right here to the top. And I'm going to grab the poppy picks. And we're going to use these to fill in a little bit. They have that gorgeous olive color. And I want to work that in around too. Now, when I break this down, I'm going to do kind of the same thing. I'm going to cut it into little sections. So whenever you're shopping for supplies, when you're on Cleese.com, I try to buy things that are really easy to work with. And because I've been like a power seller on Etsy, I've sold over 7,000 wreaths for sure. And plus I did craft shows for 17 or 18 years. And along that line, I've sold I don't know how many thousands of wreaths. But anyway, time is money. So I like to buy things that are super easy to work with and break up, but where you get the most value for the pieces. So you'll see that when you're shopping with us. I'm going to add this little poppy pick down to the left over here. Oh, Penny, you know what that means. Thank you, girl. Email info@cleese.com. We'd like to spread a little love for you, too. That's Penny McElney. Penny, I'm bad. I know your name, but spelling, pronunciation is hard for me. Penny's going to shoot you an email, Nicole. Thanks, Penny. Oh, that's okay, Cynthia. Listen, we are all about you copying us. Just come on in here and copy. I'm a teacher. I enjoy teaching you. And this can inspire you. So if you ever see somebody else's work out there who's a maker, it's respectful not to copy them. But for me, this is what I do. I have no problem with you copying us. Of course, we sell these supplies, so we'd love for you to do business with us. But I also want to make sure you know that you're welcome to create any of these designs anytime. Right, Deb? It's giving it life. It's giving it motion. I'm always talking about that. And dimension. One of the reasons I think I was always so successful at craft shows and things like that, when I had the right buyer, is because our stuff had dimension and depth and texture, and that made a big difference. You see how this flower is lined up like this? You just give those petals a little rotation. You'll make it more circular. Sometimes they rotate a little, and then it gets a little prettier look if you do that. So just give it a rotation. Hi, Jan. Good to see you. Hey, Mary. Oh, Penny, you're going to add a string of lights? Absolutely, girl. All day long. That is just so fun when you get those timer lights and you pop them on. And here they pop up in the evening, and you're like, oh, God, that's so cute and so homey and woodsy. I love that look. Okay, so let's see what's happening there. Now, I'm ready to add my larger sunflower to the top, and then we'll work some of the other florals in around it. Here's this cutie. I'm going to put it almost right in the middle of the bow, but just a little bit higher is the plan. Rosa, the pumpkin is from Hobby Lobby. If you're on our text list, we'll be texting out the whole supply list for every piece we're using today, including the Hobby Lobby item. We'll have the link for it, so you can order that online too. Okay, so I just went a little higher with that. I'm loving that, just right kind of popping out of the center. How beautiful is that? Now, the maple leaves that are going down here, we want a little of those at the top also. So we're going to add a couple of those in. I'm going to turn this kind of sideways, guys, so you can see what we're doing here. A little bit better. There we go. So our line is working this way, so that's what I want to make sure I continue with that, with the maple leaves. Let's put these in first. I love these. They are super wired. Oh, thank you, Peggy Forbes. We got some love for you. Email info@cleese.com. That's Peggy Forbes. So I'm going to the top here. You see it kind of come over, and this grass lays right on top of it. That's perfect. Okay, and now I'm going to cut a little shorter one. I'm going to use this one kind of in the center because it's got this beautiful leaf, a little bit smaller. All right, put the little glue on. And we're going right to the middle. Pressing that in. I'm totally loving that. Leaves. Okay, there's a little bit of twig also that we want to use, and that beautiful berry. And I'm going to put these kind of towards the top. it in. So when you guys decorate for fall, do you like pumpkins? Do you use pumpkins? Let me know in the comments. Or are you more into like acorns and leaves? Tell me what you like to use when you're decorating for yourself, or maybe you're a seller, and what do you like to make? Give me your perspective in the comments so I can know more about what you guys want to see more of. Look how pretty those berries are to the front. And these berries are down here, kind of pulling that color through the design. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. I'm going to use a little bit more greenery between the layers of my bow here, so we're going to bring that inside. Oh, Linda, go girl. Have a great show today. I hope you come home with a pocket full of money and not as many Reese's florals as you started with. Let's put another greenery on this side. It's nice and bushy. Oh, it's going good, Vicki. I'm going to do a whole video about those two, with those two stinkers, so you guys can see them interacting together. Probably later on today. We're still, we're still working on that. But hang tight. I'll do a video soon with them. Ari was pretty good last night, but today has not gone quite as good. She's a little bit more, she's the dominant, right? I love pumpkin explosions. Pumpkins and scarecrows. Oh, Cindy, cute. And you've been selling a lot of scarecrow boards. I love it. That is fantastic. I have gotten a lot of Happy Mail the last few days. I've got to open and share with you guys. So that's another video I've got to do this week. So y'all make sure you're on the text list so you don't miss any of our videos, because I'm going to be doing quite a few. I've got the dogs to show you guys. I've got to show you the Happy Mail. It's a lot going on, and we've got to do our Halloween decorations, so hang tight. Isn't this really fun? So it's basically you're designing a floral arrangement on a pumpkin, which is unexpected. This is a sitter. So this type of piece looks great like on an entry table. So you guys, if you're makers and you're thinking of ideas for videos that you want to attract buyers, what you would do is you would tell them, hey, I've got this new pumpkin arrangement that I made, and let me show you how well it works on a hall table or behind a sofa. And you show them how to use it. And then while you're showing them this, you show them the wreath you made that coordinates with it. And you show them the regular centerpiece that's two-sided that matches it. So all of a sudden you have a whole video that has 3 of your pieces in it, and you're really not selling your product forwardly. You're kind of selling it passively while you're talking about how they would work and how to decorate with them. So that's one of the things we teach in the business coaching over at Makers University, is all about how to talk to your perfect customer to help you sell this. And the same thing goes when you're in your craft booth. You want to show them how to use it visually in that display. I'm coming with a little grass on this side because I want it to match this grass over here. Y'all, if you ever want business coaching, you want to learn how to do Etsy, craft shows, all the things, come join me at Makers University. That's CoachKali.com. I enjoy helping others have success in their creative businesses. One more greenery. I'm going to rotate it a little bit towards me. Let me take a look at it. I'm going to check for holes. So when you're putting those last few picks in, see if there's anything that your customer will be seeing from the side. Now, we did this fancy and nice and full. You want to make it thinner, that's fine. You could use one pick, just maybe a little bit less ribbon, whatever you want to do for the budget, for the end price points you want to start with for your business. But if you're just making this for yourself, I say you jazz it up to levels unknown, because that is adorable.